Welcome back to a brand new video. I heard the NY Predators Department as I stepped down off the stairs. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. What a morning. I'm going to explain to you guys what it is that they try to do. How you doing? How you doing?
All right, my love.
This is one of the things that they'll do as I walk past and I say good morning to the woman there. One of them did the hand signal, one wearing the black jacket, where she pressed her thumb on the black jacket and made her finger like this. I'm going to show you guys to me. And like this, right? Sort of like that, gun finger, threatening type of thing that they do, right? And yeah, like I said, there are those within our community that who have engaged in partnering with the white supremacists. Right? There are those black Sambos and Sambinas who are in law enforcement who have engaged in the same type of predatory behavior towards the people that look like them, right? People that live in the community that they grew up in or communities like they grew up in, but because they have a gun and a badge. Like I said, the American Predator Police Enforcement Agencies creates criminals in the minds of those that work within those agencies because the system itself is criminal. So if you're working in a criminal organization, doesn't matter if you're masquerading as so-called law enforcement, right? The fact is it is based and created based on criminality and criminal actions. Okay, so therefore, those that work within those organizations will exhibit and have a criminal behavior pattern. It's just the way it is, right? The society creates criminal because the society is criminal. There's no way you can escape that. Right? Now, when I say criminal, right, don't look at it as somebody that's committing a crime, let's say a robbery or anything like that. Because we know in municipalities across the U.S., those that work in a municipality engage in criminal behavior. Right? But they mask their criminal behavior using law enforcement, right? To extort money from the everyday people, especially the poor, especially poor black and brown people. So those people who work within those municipalities, mostly white, are engaging in a criminal behavior, right? But they mask their criminality because they work within the system that is criminal, right? So they give themselves big salaries, right? Because they're engaging in the criminal act of extortion and using the so-called legal system to obtain it. Because this, again, the whole system is criminal. Once you begin to understand, you see, the Predator Police Force across America is used to police those within the society who are less fortunate. And again, the reason why they're less fortunate because it's perpetrated on them, okay, by those that have money and power, that have influence, that separate themselves from the rest of us based on their influence, their money, their power, right? So they consider themselves different. These are our rulers, right? Not our leaders, our rulers, okay? So we got to understand that. They are our rulers. They are the ones that are shaping society how they see fit, not how members of the society see fit, right? They don't ask us, they don't do surveys to say, okay, let's do polling within the society to see if this is a good thing that they want to be a part of to adapt. No, what they do, those in power, those in position of authority, those with influence, right? What do? They create what is called think tanks. These are government-funded or corporate-funded think tanks that involve psychiatrists, sociologists, scientists, social behavioral scientists, to do what? To create psychological programs to what? Brainwashers, manipulators. Now they use sanitized words, coercive persuasion, behavioral modification, nudging, right? This is another thing, right? But how are they nudging the society, and to what cause and means are they nudging the society to, into it? Right? And when you look at the evidence, you look at the proof within society itself, you see the rapid mental illness, the rapid poverty, the rapid physical illnesses, right? Yet, they sit on their high chairs, patting themselves on the back while you look at society, the society is deteriorating. And I talked about yesterday about in New Jersey that when parents give birth in any hospital in New Jersey, I'm not sure if it's any hospital, but some hospital in New Jersey, they have to fill out a questionnaire. And the questionnaire is giving you, the parent, the choice of deciding what gender your newborn child should be. Whether heterosexual, homosexual, transgender. They literally have you fill out a questionnaire with those choices on there. Right? So why are they doing this? I talk about the experiments they do within society, right? Not only do they experimented on STIs and trying to get away with what they've done to us by villainizing us, labeling us, what have you, manipulating us. Right? But they do it within the broader society also. And to see how well the programming is taking set within our subconscious mind. So when they do stuff like that, when you see stuff like that, understand that it is perpetrated within the society, within your mind and my mind, what we should believe and how we should think. Right? That's what I said. These people, they are afraid of the truth because the truth will destroy their lives. Right? We live in a society where people believe in lies. The lies is the only thing that matters, particularly in the black community. Right? The truth doesn't matter to us because we don't want to hear the truth. Right? We only want to believe in lies. Right? So whether it be the pastors telling us lies to religion, whether it be these politicians telling us lies, we ignore the truth and we ignore the reality that they're not doing a damn thing for us. And we continue, and our children continue to sink to the bottom every decade. Every generation of young black children within the past 40 years, you see a degradation of their minds, right, of their education. And it's not by coincidence, act of God, or act of nature. It is by design. And not designed by God, but designed by the white supremacist system, who is hell-bent on destroying us as a people. But we don't want to listen, right, because we are afraid of the truth.
I was gonna get off right after that, so I didn't
Okay, all right.
pull it through. Yeah.
All right.
Next stop.
All right.
Next stop, actually.